Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club, a fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we're going to talk about contentment, living solely only to what matters to us, according to our core values. Because nowadays, we have a lot of distractions. Sometimes we think that we need more. We tend to compare ourselves to other people and feel falling behind, you know, from others who seem to have more, do more, and now we think that we must be more too, just like them. In some instances, though, culturally wise, cultural conditioning, our parents or even a family, from generational wealth that you must be uh, handling the business. You must be a CEO. You must be rich. You are expected to do more because you are in that family. And some parents also taught us that happiness is tied to achievement, to becoming a boss one day, to climb in a corporate ladder someday. And our economy also from the very start is consumer driven, wherein the marketing this time is actually it feeds the consumer dissatisfaction. People cannot get content, you know, if they don't spend more, if they don't get anything new, if they don't feel enough, something there's always something missing. So that's why we have to spend more money because we simply have to. Because we can see it in the ads anywhere. We can see it in social media. There's someone out there better than us, much prettier than us, much having a long nose than us, a nice nostrils. So we must have that. And the economy is quite driven in that aspect. How the media, how the ads, how the market use our weakness to really to feed it more to the point that we get lost and we work hard to be able to get that kind of face surgically because we're lost. We are distracted. And it's where the economy is driven nowadays to lure us to spend our money and feel like, yeah, this will make us feel better than anyone else. It's a consumer driven economy. It feeds to what we lack. Now, what actually the emotional cost of having more? The way the burnout, we work hard, we work on overtime to be able for us to get this and that. And to the point that now, due to working hard, we are now emotionally disconnected to our loved ones, to our close relationship. We even neglect our own health because we want to get more. You want to be appreciated. You want to be rewarded. But then the other aspect in our life, like health and our relationship, has been left behind because we want some kind of reward. And in some point, we lose them. We lose our mind getting to what we want, which is by the time when we get it, we're not even sure if it even makes us feel happy. The way happiness has doesn't only consider the career part. We also have health, we also have relationship, and the goal that we're chasing, our core values, what's important to us. Not just, get the best in our career, get the best money, be the best in the business, but we neglect the rest, our health and our relationship. So at the end of the day, we're still going to lose. That's why I would like to bring this up and making them awareness about this. We tend to feel out the void that is missing in us. But, in exchange to that, we neglect, we leave what's really important, which is our mental health, our health, well-being, and our supporters, our family, the kids, loved ones. There is also this so-called perpetual dissatisfaction wherein happiness resets quickly after achieving or acquiring something new. That we tend to be happy, but then by the time we get what we want, and then, okay, there's another one to chase. We keep chasing and chasing, but, to fill the void. but we don't really know what we want because we haven't even asked ourselves why. Now, embracing what is truly matters is that it's important to really ask ourselves what brings us peace, joy, and meaning. It actually varies to every person, every individual. Some people would value their health, just like myself. Health is number one, relationship is the second. Third, anything that helped me become financially free. But even if I'm not financially free, I'm always going to have enough, I know. But in the most part, it has to be health for me. Must be health. Because what am I gonna do with all the money in the world, but I'm sick? I'm not even gonna enjoy that. How can I spend more time with people who matters to me when I'm sick? Because I didn't look after myself when I had time. And I don't want to regret that. I want to prioritize me. And some people would value their presence. They want to be 100% there with their family, interacting, connecting with their family, separating themselves from the phone, from social media, from computers. They want to be 100% wherever they are. And to some people, they value presence. And it's also important to be grateful about what we have. Because if we're not thankful, if we cannot appreciate what we have currently, how can we appreciate what is coming? It's just like, it seems to be just like a thing passing. When we get what we want, just something passing out. Oh, what was that? We didn't even say thank you. How can we appreciate even the air that we breathe, a nice day, if we keep looking at the future, which is we don't even know if it's going to come? How can we appreciate the presence of our loved ones, our time with them, our good health, when we keep looking at the future, which is yet to come, but we never know what's going to happen until it's too late that we run out of time? Somebody left from your family, but you didn't spend time with them because you were busy about your future. That's how important gratitude is. We have to cherish every moment. True abundance comes not from acquiring more, but from needing less. Now, how can we focus on what really matters to us? Like for me, health, relationship with my loved ones, with my dad, with my relatives, my best friends. How can I prioritize my health, relationship, and opportunities that are coming for me, if it's really, in accordance to what I really want? And, say pass or somehow set boundaries to those opportunities that are not unfavorable to what really matters to me. Like opportunities about investing. Now, first of all, to really clear out your mind, it's important to really limit our exposure to, the digital world, social media, what else? Online games, always online. I mean, majority of your time is going to be online, but how about the time for your kids, time for your mom, dad, while they're still here? They're getting older. So it's important to limit or undergo ourselves with the so-called digital detox. And, there's always a time for everything. You can be in social media maybe for 1 or 2 hours when it's a perfect time for you to really have it. Like you're from work. And I would understand that there are times in the day when you don't want to think, you don't want to use your brain because you've already used this up from work. You want to relax. You want to be just looking at the reels, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're just having a break from thinking. I would understand that, but doing that for the whole day, whole time, that's another story. And it's also, worth noting to ask ourselves to define what is enough. Where is the limit? What do we want in life? Do we value ourselves, our health, or do we value our family most? You want to focus on them, give more time with them, raising your kids well. If that's what you want, then nobody's holding you back. And of course, it's important to be grateful all the time. What are the top three things that you're grateful for every single day? Even the sunshine, the nice weather, even by the time you wake up in the morning, you have another life, because not everybody wakes up in the morning. And, it's also important to set boundaries. This is important. To set boundaries, to say no to things, to opportunities that's gonna drain you. Now, what are those opportunities? Those kind of, should I say, situation, or those kind of chances wherein, it looks like a success. You look like successful on the outside, but it's gonna drain you. People have different preferences. Like in the office where I work, though, there are a lot of vacancies for managers, but when you ask some people who are qualified to apply in those positions, some people would say no because they have other things to consider which are much valuable, like peace of mind. Although they're qualified enough to be manager, they want to have peace of mind. They want they want their day to be just like a flawless. After work they'll be just family. Unlike if you're a boss, sometimes you're still thinking about what you missed, and sometimes your teammates will call you out of work if something happens, and some people doesn't like that. So they say no to those opportunities, and that is called, my friend, boundaries. Saying no to anything or anyone who drains you, even people you meet. So you have an opportunity to hang out with a successful person who's going to help out your business to boom. But then, this person, his personality, you can't get along with this person, and you feel it, and just say no. Don't spend time with that person. It's not good having business with that person after all. Anyway, when you know it yourself. So setting boundaries means also making space to what really matters to you in the long run. Now, making space also means turning down the volume of the outside expectations and listening to your own inner compass. Like, just this thing, if there's an opportunity that comes around, just, you evaluate it to yourself, like, is this worth getting? Is this in line to what I really want? Would this thing could be, could give me peace of mind? Could give me a kind of improvement that I want, not my mom's preference, not my dad's preference, not my boss' preference, me, what I want. You set your own boundaries. When we focus on making memories with people who matter, laugh with friends, help others, and just doing the things that makes us proud without burnouts, our hearts would feel, fulfilled, or even full. Even though we don't have more stuff, we have one person, one best friend, but that best friend is willing to go to war with us, then that best friend is worth 1,000. You don't need like 5 friends who's just going to betray you in the end. So you got one friend who is worth 1,000 friends. Like 1 in 1,000. One is the 5 friends. It's worth fighting for. That friend is worth keeping. The way. If you say no to a promotion, because that's what you want peace of mind, you want to have more time with your family, you want to be at home and present at home, not thinking about work, then it's worth turning down the promotion if that's what suits you. So it's important to know what matters to you in the first place before it's too late, before burnout would creep in, before you neglect your health, before you forget about yourself, before you always chasing the thing that just feeling out the void in you. You don't even know where you're going. And remember, you don't need everything to be happy. Just take what matters to you. And you don't need everything to be happy. When you have the right people, when you have good health, when you still feel fantastic, even you're 80 or 85, still working out, that's wealth. That's unbeatable. You know, it's worth it. It's always going to be worth it, whatever you venture, because you intentionally choose it and it matters to you. Even though you let other people down, what matters to you is your own business, and it's worth going to war with that yourself, with yourself. And it's worth making a decision. So, nothing compares to the feeling of being fulfilled, truly fulfilled from your own decisions, knowing what's really enough for you. That's a different level of fulfillment. Not just getting what you want. You can even that point, you have the discipline to control yourself. You're already one in a million. And I hope this, I shared something important today. If you ever love this episode, you can share this to your family and friends. You can follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, X, Reinforce Big Club. By the way, this is Ann, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.